there any agreements?
I don't believe so, Judge. I think we're just going to start the hearing.
Okay.
I will call Miss Benson first. Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We're here today to talk about the child Onyx. Could you tell us her full name and age?
Onyx Buie. She's 1 year old.
Okay. And at the time Onyx was born, were you married to Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Okay. Judge would offer into evidence State's Exhibit A, DNA test results showing that Mr. Jones is not the father.
Oh, okay. It's in the court file, so I'll admit it into evidence.
And who is the child's father, ma'am?
Charles Gerald Buie.
Judge offering into evidence State's Exhibit B, the DNA test results reflecting that Mr. Buie is the child's father.
Okay. And Mr. Buie, have you had a chance to see those results?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any objection to be admitting those into evidence?
No.
Okay, they're admitted into evidence.
All right, ma'am. What county do you currently live in?
Chambers.
All right. I understand. Am I correct that Mr. Buie does not live in Texas right now?
That's correct.
Okay. Did you, Mr. Buie, have a relationship in Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you believe that the child Onyx was conceived in the state of Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what is your level of interaction with Mr. Buie now? Do y'all speak about the child?
Yeah, we speak about her now.
Okay. You're able to communicate about what the child needs, maybe medically or educationally?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And does Mr. Buie get to see Onyx? Does he visit with her?
Well, he just really came back in the picture, and he's came to her birthday party, and he's seen her one time before then when he was headed to work.
Okay. Are you comfortable with him having a relationship with her? You want him to get to see the child?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you have any concerns regarding your address being listed in an order of the court?
No.
So he's had some limited involvement with the child, but maybe not alone or long periods of time.
Yeah, he wasn't alone, and not a long period of time.
Okay. If I'm correct, Onyx just turned 1. Yeah. Is that correct? Okay. Do you have you and he discussed anything going forward, him seeing the child more? Have y'all had any discussions regarding that?
He comes out with her anytime he wants to, and he said he'll just, with his job schedule, he have to just let me know how that goes on, like when he'll be free to see her. And I told him just let me know in advance, and we can make something happen.
Okay, so you're willing, y'all are both willing, but he's out of state, and that's the issue?
Yeah.
Okay. Does Onyx have any health insurance available?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that private health insurance?
No, ma'am. She's on Medicaid.
Did you and Mr. Buie break up or end your relationship before or after Onyx was born?
Before.
Okay. And has he provided you any financial assistance for the child since her birth?
He did. Well, he bought like diapers, like maybe the first month of her life, maybe the first or 2 months, and then we didn't talk from like all the way from January up until like August or September. So he did nothing between that time from January to August or September. Then he came back in the picture and he bought diapers and stuff. If I call him extra for something, he'd do it.
Okay. Do you know anything about Mr. Buie's employment?
A little on what he told me.
Okay. What do you have knowledge of?
I know he just worked for a company called, I think, PNS, but he on another company called Blair under there. But this,
I can't understand you, ma'am. Could you repeat that? I didn't understand you.
And actually, I
said he worked for ma'am.
Are you on Bluetooth? In a vehicle?
I'm not. I can't understand what you're saying. I'm on standstill.
Are you using Bluetooth though in the vehicle?
I'm using a headset.
Is that with Bluetooth? Because sometimes Bluetooth makes it hard to hear on Zoom.
Let me see. Can I? Let me see. I don't even know how to. I don't even know how to this without hanging on my ear.
Is it going through the car?
Are you able to hear me better now, ma'am?
A little bit better now.
Yeah, marginally.
I was asking what you were aware of regarding Mr. Buie's employment.
I just know that he worked for a company called P&S, and I guess he drive for Blair.
Okay.
Leasing from one of them companies.
Okay. I see that Onyx's last name is already Buie. Is that what you want it to remain?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Judge, I will pass this witness subject to recall and speak with Mr. Buie. Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Am I pronouncing your last name correctly?
Yes.
Okay, good. So tell us a little bit about the time you spent with Onyx. Have you gotten to see her a few times?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Has that been visiting at Miss Benson's residence or alone, or just give us a little bit of idea about the time you've been able? I know you don't live close to spend.
Yeah, when the baby, when she was born, we were still together at the time. So I was around when she was first born, and then we had broke up and we stopped talking for a while, and then we recently started back talking about a month maybe before her birthday in October, and I came through Texas and she brought her to the truck stop, and the other time I came to her birthday party.
Okay. And where do you live, sir?
I stay in Mississippi.
Do you have much cause for work or non-work to be in Texas?
I drive trucks.
Okay, you drive them
all over
the country?
Yeah,
okay.
Yes. Yeah, I don't have no set route.
Okay. Do you have any other children?
Yes.
Okay. Well, how old is that child?
10.
Okay. Does that child live with you?
No.
Okay. Are you ordered to pay child support for that child?
Yes.
Okay. Are you and Miss Benson able now to talk about the needs of the child? Can you text or call?
Yes.
What sort of visitation are you looking for with Onyx? Granted, you don't live close and she's young.
When we spoke about it, we said at least once a month I would come down, at least once a month, one weekend, out of a month.
Okay. You mentioned you drive trucks. Tell me about your employment.
Yes, I'm an owner operator with my truck leased on to a company.
Okay, what's the name of that company?
Blair.
And so, let me clear. Do you lease a truck or you own your truck?
Lease a truck.
Okay. What kind of driving do you do?
What you mean? Flatbed?
What are you hauling stuff to?
Flatbed, yeah, flatbed.
Okay. You're an independent contractor?
Yes.
Okay. How are you paid? Is it a per job, per hour?
Yeah,
per
job.
Okay. Are you pretty consistently working?
Yeah, it is up and down,
Okay. What kind of stuff do you haul?
Cars, lumber and pipes, things like that.
And you haul it all over the country?
Just about.
Okay. What do you think you make weekly? Let's say weekly.
Weekly, I write myself out a check between $550 and $600 a week.
Okay. Is that what you're taking home?
Yes.
After taxes and stuff, or is that before?
Oh, that's before.
Okay.
Because I had to take 30%, then I had to put maintenance up for my truck, because anything breaks down, I have to pay for it. So I have to put money up for maintenance and everything.
So you're saying you typically gross $550 to $600 a week?
That's what I write myself for me. Everything else I have to put up for the truck and taxes and things.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so but what you're saying, paying for the truck and taxes, are you saying that's coming out of the $600, or is that what you've got left?
That's what I have. That's what I write myself out. Everything else had to go to an escrow account, things like that.
Okay. So you're saying you pay for those other expenses out of the check to yourself?
No, that's what I write myself. That's my check because everything else had to go for the truck.
Okay, so you're saying you're taking home a check for $550 to $600 a week?
Yes, yes.
Okay. What do you think the gross amount before those other expenses, escrow for the truck is?
See,
What
you
do
gotta
you
look
start with?
you gotta look at I'm owner operator, so I pay for my own diesel. I'm paying I had to come out my own diesel. I have insurance, have everything that I have to take. I pays all that out of there.
I understand that. I'm just trying to figure out where we're starting from. I understand you have significant expenses.
Yeah, it varies, you know. I might make a $1,500, I might make 2,000, you know, it varies. You know, like I said, I really don't know because it depends on how much diesel that I use for that week or things like that.
Let's see. Prior to now, she mentioned some support for the child. Have you sent her any money and diapers? What have you done to support the child prior to now?
Basically, she just let me know, and like she might call for medicine, and I cash app it, or she might say she need a Pampers or something like that, and I just order it from Walmart, whatever she need. I just order it from Walmart to get it sent directly to her home.
As far as cash or money sent Venmo, things like that, you've not done that. You've sent items. Is that correct?
If I did, it was on cash app.
Okay. Am I correct? You don't have private health insurance available to the kind of work you do?
No, ma'am. I don't have health insurance.
Okay. And how long have you been working at the company you're with?
December will make a year.
All right. I'll pass this witness, Judge. Just going to ask Miss Benson a couple more things.
Okay, well, we do so.
Miss Benson,
Ma'am.
when we talk about child support, we're typically talking about starting now and going forward in time. Okay. Are you asking for any back child support money for the time that you have primarily supported the child before now, roughly a year of life?
Yes, ma'am.
Did y'all live together at any point in time? He referenced you were still together when the child was born. Did you live together during any part of Onyx's life?
I would say he did with me. His job was like his load was taking him back and forth from Texas to Mississippi. So when he have a load coming there, he'll spend the night there. And when he don't, his residence is in Mississippi. He was basically just he comes stay here and there. We never lived together.
All right. I will pass this witness, Judge. Do some calculations here.
And the state does not represent either of you, so I'm going to give you both a chance to let me know if there's anything additional you think I need to hear to consider. I guess I'll start with you, Miss Benson. Is there anything else about either visitation or conservatorship, child support, back child support that you think I need to hear?
No, ma'am. We spoke, like we said, we spoke up on the visitation, and stuff like that. So I'll just
So you're okay with him having one weekend a month?
Yes, ma'am, that's fine.
Okay. And holidays, you're okay with him having visitation on holidays? Not every holiday, obviously. Holidays, you're okay with him having like a standard holiday visit?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Buie, is there anything additional you think I need to hear about any of those issues?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
We're asking for $25 a month for the medical support in this case. And I'm going to need some guidance on you about the financial part. I've calculated it several different ways.
Okay.
Clearly he's self-employed and we want to give him credit for that. However, the difference in saying that the gross is $1,500 to $2,000 a week, but the take home is $600, that's a really high percentage loss there based on our typical self-employment figures, is what I will say. And I don't think it's reasonable to just base off $600 a week, nor do I think going all the way to 2,000 gross is reasonable either.
And sir, okay, so you're going to hit a year in December. I'm almost wondering if we should do temporary orders and then reset to see his taxes.
To do some discovery, because you see what I'm saying, that the range is quite large here.
Yeah, and I understand that he has expenses. I mean, I don't doubt there are some steep expenses, but what they actually are, you know, he might be underestimating or overestimating. We have no idea, without And since he hasn't put, he hasn't been there a full year, he hasn't done taxes yet. So I doubt he really even, sometimes when you put pen to paper, you're like, oh, that's
Yeah.
not what I thought it was. So, and I don't blame him for that. It's just the circumstance.
The issue is if you want to do temporary, how to set it temporary. I mean, obviously, if you just say 600 a week, you come up with a very low number.
May I speak, Your Honor?
Yes, yeah.
2,500, that's more. No, when I'm talking about my expenses, I have to take care of diesel. Like, we get paid, it's like I might get paid $1,200 for a load, right? Okay, I only get 30% of that right there. I have diesel and everything, so 2,500 a month, that's more than almost what I bring home, what I make a month. So that's put me all the way out of business. It's no way possible that I could pay that. No way possible. That would put me completely out of business.
No.
I think you're misunderstanding.
No. I'm not talking about that much.
No, she's trying to figure out what your fair gross and fair net is.
For a month's work.
For a month's work, not how much child support, sir, do you think you should be paying? Do you have any ballpark?
Well, I can do 450 to 500.
We don't normally conduct business this way, Miss Benson, but do you care to respond to that? What are your thoughts on that figure?
And I just wanted him to throw that out there so I could see.
Yeah, so we get some ballpark, yes.
Yeah, because I don't want to.
I really don't know. I just really want to go off his income. I'm not sure what his income is. I'm not sure on it. I just know like what he possibly making. Them numbers that he's saying don't sound right, but I don't know. I don't be with him. I don't see his check stubs. But because y'all asked him clearly like what is his, but he wants to tell you what he's writing off at the end and not what he's bringing home. Like I don't know. It's up to y'all.
Sir, what number did you say again?
You said 450 to 500 a month.
And you have one other child?
Yes.
What can I ask y'all? What number did y'all come up with?
Ma'am, that's the problem. It's very difficult to calculate this for this kind of line of work without requiring tax returns and pay stubs and documents like that be sent in. That's kind of the issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not one of the easier. This isn't like working at Chick-fil-A where it's $10 an hour, 40 hours, that kind of thing. So it's a bit more complicated.
Excuse me, may I speak?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, if I send y'all my check stubs for the last 3 to 4 months, the price will actually be lower than that. It will actually be lower than that, and that's coming directly from Blair. That's not what the check that I'm writing. My check last week at the they deposited in my account was $171. The check before that was maybe $400. The check, but like I'm giving you this amount right here. Those things, the numbers that I gave you, I'm writing that out of my account, rather what they pay me. So if we go off of what Blair sends me without me writing a check, it's going to be lower than that. I can email you my check stubs from the last 3 to 4 months now, directly from Blair. And those numbers are way lower.
Wait, sir. I guess I'm now getting lost. So Blair sends you money, but you also write a check from the money you receive?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So let me just say, so you understand this. Income includes not just money you get from a company, it includes any source of money you receive. So yes, both of those are income. So in addition to the $550 to $600 a week you write yourself, Blair sends you some minimal amount of money as well?
No, the money from Blair is what I write my checks out to myself. See what I'm saying? Like I own my own company. My company is Money Talk ENT. So what I do is I write myself a business check from there. Blair pays the money to them, to Money Talk. That's what name of my company. And I write myself a personal check out the money that they give me. But if we go, like I said, if we go off of what Blair deposits to my account, the last year, you'll see those numbers are way low.
Okay, sir, then where is the other income coming for? You can't be writing yourself a larger check than they're giving you unless you have other sources of income.
No, you hear me? I'm writing it out of my account. That's why I said I really couldn't give you it just depends on what I make. That's why I said it depends on what I make. But my last check that I just got paid last week was $171. The check before that was maybe 600-700. Like it depends. Like, yeah, okay. If I get a load, like right now, I'm on the road and I'm sitting, I don't have a load. Like if this truck don't move, I don't make no money. So like right now, I'm sitting waiting, hoping to get a call. If I don't get a call today, I don't get a load. So hey, I might run 1 or 2 loads a week. It just varies, you know.
Varies.
I never know. Like the way the economy is, I don't know. We get loads, but I have to sit here and wait until they call me with a load. That's why I'm sitting now, waiting to get a load.
Okay, so Blair pays you like an independent contractor. You get like a
Yes.
1099,
Yes,
and that is the only company that you're driving for.
yes, that's the only company I drive for. You know, we had to run off of, I'm not knowing if you're familiar, we run off of logs. So I get 70 hours a week. You can't drive for another company without letting your company know that you're driving for them.
Okay. I'm inclined to for a temporary order to set this at $450 a month with $25 cash medical support. You live in Mississippi. Do they have a state income tax, sir?
Do I have what?
A state income tax?
Yes, from last year.
I'll
Does the
look it up.
state-
I'll look it up, Judge. But I think we just need to pick a number for right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's go with 450. Well, yeah. And I plan to reset this. So you're gonna do your taxes this year, right? It sounds like you have a business and like you're on top of the stuff.
Yeah, my last year 1099, my last year 1099 that I didn't get to file last year, but I have it. I could fax it in. The total I made 39,000 and something. I got it at the house. I didn't get to file last year. I was gonna file this year and last year together. And
Where
that's
did you
what
work last year though? It wasn't for this company.
ma'am.
What kind of work were you doing last year? Because it wasn't for Blair.
Driving. Yes,
For a
ma'am.
different company?
Yes, ma'am. I was in the jail Barnett. I was driving a guy truck. Okay, he was an owner operator, and I was driving his truck. So he wrote checks out, and then at the end of the year, he printed a 1099 out for work. He paid me.
Judge, that comes out pretty much to the dime.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's pretty on target within the ballpark of this.
But I got the exact paper at the house that my exact 1099 that I had from last year. You know.
If you reset the case, Judge, before we come back, there'll be a 1099 from this year.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get one in January.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's up to you, Miss Benson. I mean, the more we flush this out, it sounds like this is in the ballpark. But again, without knowing truly what he earns at this company, it could go up, it could go down. I have no idea what's going to come out this year.
Okay.
So do you want to come back and have him bring documents and we could truly look at what he's getting this year? Or do you want to go with the 450, which is probably in the ballpark, but is it the actual number? We'll never know until we see it.
Okay.
So you're okay coming back?
Yeah, I'll come back. It don't matter.
Okay. So for a temporary order.
So what happened with the so I'm sorry, you were saying something? I'm sorry.
I was going to rule, but before I rule, if there's something else you're questioning, let's get that addressed.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. I was saying, so when what he volunteered to pay, y'all amount is less than what he volunteered to pay?
Depends on how we calculate it, but it could be.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to do a temporary order. I'm going to establish that Mr. Buie is Onyx's father and exclude Mr. Jones as Onyx's father based on the DNA results that were admitted into evidence. Onyx's last name will remain the same. I'm finding there is long-arm jurisdiction over Mr. Buie in that the child was conceived here in Texas. I'm going to appoint the parties joint managing conservators. With no residency restriction, Miss Benson will have the right to determine the primary residence of Onyx with no residency restriction. I'm going to order a standard possession order for parties over 100 miles. So essentially that is 1 weekend a month. You'd get to give her advance notice of the weekend, and that would be you'd come get the child.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm finding that nobody has private insurance at a reasonable cost and ordering cash medical support of $25 per month beginning December 1st of 2024. I'm going to order the child support at $450 per month beginning December 1st of 2024.
So the $25, do I send it in with the child support or do I send it? Okay, okay.
It
All
all
right.
goes to the state disbursement unit,
All right.
and that way you'll be sure to get credit.
All
if
right.
we send it to you
All
there.
right. All right.
We'll leave
Judges,
back. I'm
oh,
sorry, yes.
go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was gonna leave back child support to the final trial.
Yes.
And if either of you have proof of payments or things that you've given, if you could bring that to final trial, that might help that too. If there was any Cash App or any Venmo or anything, if you can compile that and if you're able to come up with receipts. Sometimes people underestimate that stuff when they guess, sometimes they overestimate it. The better proof we have, the better these orders can be. And at this point, I'm going to deny the non-disclosure.
As far as a reset date, we want to set it out far enough to have the documents. So
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking.
February is an in-person docket. We don't want that. March or April.
Yeah, should we do it like late April? So maybe he'll have his taxes done. I don't know how quickly he gets them done. Or do you typically ask for extensions? Or
Ma'am.
I guess you didn't do it last year. Yeah, I guess it really won't matter if he's not gonna have it completely done. Yeah, let's do March or April. So do you think you'll have all the documents by that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Tax documents together? And feel free
Yes,
to bring
ma'am.
last year's as well. You can bring, you know, anything you have.
All right.
We're going to want the 1099s from last year and this year.
Okay, that's cool.
And make sure I have your email. I will email you after this docket and give you an address you can send them to. Yes, I have an
Okay.
email for you. Do you mind if I say your email here?
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh,
It's cool.
Why don't we wait a moment and get off YouTube?
Okay,
We're almost done. Do you want to do March 25th?
It's fine with me.
Okay, you're all available March 25th? It's not your
Okay.
kids' spring
That's a
break. kids doing
Tuesday.
anything. Miss Benson, you're okay with that?
Yes, that's fine with me as well.
Okay, it'll be on Zoom again,
Okay,
right.
yes, ma'am.
8:30 a.m., same Zoom code. Okay,